What's good? This is Josh from Neg2YGO, here with the round 1 from the World Celebration that we were having in my locals. Should note that it is the TCG ban list, not the World's ban list. So round 1, playing against Whitewoods, playing against Sky. I lose dice roll. Not really sure what variant of Whitewoods it is. I know that there's the Toy Box, there's the Centurion, Runic. Seeing the King Sark come down, very, very powerful. Having a little laugh about whether or not there's a Nib there, because Nib would absolutely cook here. But drawing King Sark plus Happy, so the draw doesn't really matter too much. Not really sure how impactful draw is in this matchup. I know that one of their synchros, I think, tries to add a guy. This is the Book of Moon synchro. So using it to ladder up here, up into the level 8. I can recycle it back into the extra deck from the graveyard level 4s. So it doesn't matter too much that's being used here. So at this point I'm pretty sure there's no cards left in Sky's hand. Just kind of looking at a summon from deck plus quick synchro. The D-Bells summons a Tuna synchro. The Photon Lord's a monster negate. Just having a look at all the different grave effects. I think 3 of the 4 cards there all have different grave effects. The only one that doesn't is the synchro that gets recycled. Nor the Gazelle. He's just kind of thinking about if he wants to respond to that. Explaining exactly what it does. Adds a level 5 Fiend or Chimera Fusion. Chooses to use the Diabells, summons out Herald of the Arclight, and then we realize, oh, no, has to be a Tuna synchro. Camera gets moved here a little bit. We were quite packed in on space. So there'll be a little bit of awkwardness, sorry about that. Just trying to adjust and get back right. So ultimately decides not to use the Diabells. So actually wouldn't really do anything of note here. Get to add the Chimera Fusion. At this point, like, my train of thought is kind of just want to set up a big chain blocked guarding Chimera play here. So if I can chain block the guarding Chimera to clear the Photon Lord, potentially clear something else, cut off that follow up. So there are the little guys that will come back, recycle themselves, but could clear the way just for me to potentially OTK this turn. Chain blocked the search here as well. In patchwork, so I'll also be able to make the Chimera Fusion untargetable as well. It's pretty crazy. Just kind of working out if I want to do anything else here. Thinking through my plays. Opt for the poly. You know, threatening a huge amount here. It could be Burfo Fusion, like say Mirror Sword Knight, which will then negate an effect. Could be Garnic Chimera. Summons out Zapper Shrimp, which I believe is a spell trap up. It's kind of cool. Make Chimera. So I do get to chain block it here by using the Gazelle engrave. So chain link 1, double pop and draw a card. Chain link 2, search illusion. Zapper Shrimp doesn't really do anything here, except just using it to quick synchro. The Photon Lord does end up negating, so makes the Chaos Angel, but because I use the poly, the Chimera is untargetable. I get to clear the back row as well, which is nice. I think he does miss a trigger on the little Whitewoods cards here, and not adding them back to hand. Chaos Angel is actually really problematic for this deck. It is currently, I believe, unaffected by monster effects, so I can't Guardian Chimera pop it, I can't use the Chimera the Illusion Beast to drop it to 0. So at this point, I had to look at my extra and realize, okay, the only real way for me to clear this guy is to go for my own Chaos Angel and just smack into it. Which I'm able to set up here. The Lion to Dusted Gull plus the Dark Nightmare Apprentice makes a Chaos Angel. There we go. Obviously not going to target or banish anything. It's completely unaffected. Just trying to realize, okay, so there's the Recia that can bring itself back here. I think the level 2s cannot. But I believe they already missed that trigger anyway. Trying to work out if I can potentially even just make game here straight away. I think I'm far enough up that it probably doesn't matter too much if I can't make game. You know, I have the Chimera Fusion still in hand, so I can make a Magnum play. Go for the Chimera Fusion. Realize that maybe I didn't want to do that, but I mean it is a legal activation, so I just commit to it. Using Area Leader to send the Engraver here. I could have used the Bingwing there, but I don't want to. Requiem into another Engraver again. And now the Recia is turned off as well. So I don't have to worry about it too much. My Chaos Angel can't destroy a battle because it was light and dark. So can't die. It will just smack into his and clear up for game. We'll go into game 2. Here we go, game 2. Put in the Bestials and also the Mulch Armies. Don't actually know how much Mulch Army does against this deck. I'm not super familiar with it. I figured it's probably good enough. Start with the Sylvie, I think that was. Impermanent to shut off anything potentially with the Whitewood stuff. But he does have the Horus Engine. Pitching the Talents is an interesting sight. Probably another one in there somewhere. Or at least the rest of the hand is just absolute gas. Does not draw anything crazy off the Imseti there. We were just sort of chatting. He says, you know, it could be something, but you know, it's not the right thing. Banishing the Imseti here because I just want to force him to keep pitching cards for the King Sock. There's a toy soldier. So that finalizes exactly what variant of Whitewoods we are playing against. I think is it White Forest? I think it actually is. I'm so used to the YG.org fan translation of it. Really do think that Whitewoods is a much better name. Having a look at the extra deck, realize, okay, there is a 12 setup, and there is the Despian Lulu Walilith, which is legal here. Has a fun effect to just instantly negate something. Untap, instant poly, slam down Guardian Chimera. First action. It's Guardian Chimera Turbo, this deck. Gonna use the Druis to send the Lulu, and then we realize a Lulu's negation effect actually does not target, so Lulu is able to turn off the Guardian Chimera. He's thinking about for his response, calls by on the Sinister Necrom. So I'm not going to be able to do Fiendsmith Engine, only one other card in hand, so I just hit in, can't do anything. Lulu triggers an end phase and gets one from deck. It's pretty scary. So I believe the Sylvie can also recycle as well. Rips the trap off the top, which can then be sent for the level 2 on board. Summon level 4, get the traps, set it back to the board. Get a search here as well. So this game definitely slipping away as we speak. So this is the other one that I was thinking about in game 1. The searcher that was kind of cut off by the droll. Search is the other level 2. Kind of interesting with this deck that the 4s are tuners and the 2s are not. I feel like it's regularly the other way. Use Zelzette to send away the spell. It's also going to get a search as well. Summons it out. Gets the Book of Moon 6 as well. Yeah, at this point I was talking with another mate, talking about Joshua Smith's Paleo deck, and he goes, "Oh, who's Schmidt?" Just the goat, just the legend. He has perfect information. Bringing back the Imseti as well, which is just going to be able to instantly clear the Guardian Chimera. Also note there is the trap set as well. That represents a quick synchro during my turn. I do not believe that there is anything I can really do about it here. Summons back the guy. Look at the top, it's just a poly. Not doing anything, scoop it up, and we go next. Alright, we finally made it to game 3. Get to go first time. Threw in the Kwakumeru Doom. Figured that was the best choice over the Wanku. Immediately get imbued on the Gazelle. Resolve Patchwork, so now I at least have access into the Baphomet. And I don't get drolled. Just feels amazing. So at this point, I'm just going to try to set up the wave high so that I can be insulated at least from nib. The rest of the hand will be able to combo, even if I do get nibbed just before I make the wave high. But if I'm able to get to the wave high, then I can poly with the Edge of Chain and with the Gazelle to make the Burfo Fusion, get a search to a second Patchwork, get a search for an illusion, send the Sinister Necrom, or I can even send like Mirror Sword Knight, send in Kwakumeru Doom. Ultimately, the nib does come down. Just having a look at what I have. I'm able to drop the Nightmare Apprentice here, which is just absurd. Truly crazy draw. Search the Codal. Then Codal can tag into a different guy. Go for the Gazelle here, just because I haven't used the effect when it gets fused as well. Make the Burfo Fusion, so I'm also going to get the Gazelle search for an illusion too. Yeah, powerful stuff. I can go for Sword Knight, I can go for Master Tau. I use the Burfo to send the Sinister Necrom. The reason for that is that I actually have not gone through the Fiendsmith sequence yet. The sequence just requires a Light Fiend, does not require effect monsters. So I'm able to summon out the Dusted Gold and then make the sequence. It's kind of wild. Throw back a Dusted plus the Engraver. 2 Fiends with the same attribute, so I can make Aerial Eater. I don't have the Chimera Fusion live yet, as much as I would love to send the Kwakumeru Doom. It's just not going to be the right call here. So I make a small misplay, and we just agree that like, yeah, it's cool to change it out. You know, it's whatever. I shuffle back the Larry, so I keep an Engraver in the grave. Making the Muck. I'm not yet Fusion or Fiend locked, though now I will be on both of those counts. Fusion locked, and also Fiend locked as well. Grab the Gazelle, which I believe that's now the 3rd Gazelle. Chimera Fusion for the first time. The Muckraker fills the Fiend requirement for Chimera Fusion, so I'm going to make a Magnum. Use the Magnum to clear the nib as well, so that's not a threat. hadn't used Area Leader, so I can bring that back, and that's going to represent another potential material for the Guardian Chimera play. So I can have 2 on board plus 1 in hand, while still maintaining the Burfo Fusion and also the Magnum. There you go, set 1, which is a little scary. And down comes the toy box. The toy box can get the toy cards from deck, and also pop your back row, which the toy guys, when they go from the back row to the grave, get to summon themselves back with bonus effects. Use the effect to pop. It's a toy soldier, so it brings the toy soldier back. Attempts to use the effect on board, I just Sword Knight negate it. It's not going to do anything. Drops the King Sark, and I just want to get that out of there before the Horus guys start coming down. There's the Guardian Chimera. So pop 2 and draw 1. I also get the Big Wing, bring back the Apprentice. And Apprentice can also trigger here as well. I think I missed the trigger on that. A normal Zash and just scoops it up, and I will see you in round 2.